Now, just last week, we saw Airtel reducing its rates, and they have come down by 67%. Probably you can just tell us, what is Safaricom's next move?
Yes, initially I refrained from calling it a price war, but now it is clear that it is a price war. Safaricom's next move is to do nothing, because the price at 1 shilling is below the cost price. And I don't have a mandate to give away the shareholders' money. So I will not launch a tariff which is below cost. That's clear.
By the close of the yesterday, Safaricom shares had gone down by 6.7%. The fourth consecutive day they have gone down. As you move forward, do you feel these rates are sustainable?
I think the Safaricom share price has declined simply because the current retail prices are not sustainable. The prices we're charging at 3 shillings on net and 4 shillings off net is sustainable. But we're finding, if you look at the off net prices from other people, that's not sustainable. And now they've gone one step further, and their on net price is no longer sustainable. And that's why investors, in my view, are refraining right now from coming into this market, not just to Safaricom, but generally coming into the emerging market here in Kenya.
Seemingly, the voice segment is becoming exhausted. What sort of options does Safaricom have, and how important will data as well as mobile banking be for the company?
Where penetration is now in Kenya, voice shouldn't be dead. But now I'm beginning to believe, my counterparts in some of the other operators who are saying that voice is dead. But given that penetration is only at around 50%, we should still be able to see a lot more growth. However, if people are going to start to price this below cost, then there's no way you're going to invest any more money in building out a voice network. And so potentially it could be dead for rural customers.
Now, just this week, we've seen the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Information saying that the alleged price wars might have an effect on the country's economy due to the reduction in amounts being taken to the exchequer. What is your take on this?
Look, in some ways, it's not my place to talk about government's taxation. We're a taxpayer. We've always been a good taxpayer, and we want to continue to be a good taxpayer. It's for government to be concerned about that. I'm concerned about government as a shareholder, because government will be looking for dividend like every other shareholder. And a large part of my focus has to be on delivering a return to those shareholders. And if this becomes value destructive for the shareholders, then I will have a concern, and I will speak out about it, because it is my job to protect this industry. Now, the PS, he has created an environment in Kenya which has encouraged growth for this sector, and this is the result. As a result of this, Kenya sits head and shoulders above its counterparts in the rest of East Africa because of that environment that he's created. And I haven't spoken with the PS, but reading his article, it's clear to me that his concern is that we will stifle the growth if we don't create a viable industry here.
Now, Safaricom commands more than 3/4 of the total mobile subscribers in Kenya. What sort of plans do you have to consolidate your position as you move forward?
Well, look, people tend to refer to us as being a dominant player, and I tend to refer to us as being a leader in the field. And a leader in the field is different to dominant. Dominant, you're just a big, ugly gorilla. People might say I look like a big, ugly gorilla, but the fact is that what we've done is we've led the industry in terms of the technology, in terms of things like introducing, M-Pesa, rolling out 3G. So we will continue to look at those non-voice areas for growth. M-Pesa continues to grow, data continues to grow. We have the only 3G market around, but we're also containing our costs. So we're tightening our belt for the remainder of this financial year. And as I'm going through the budgeting process now, we're going to have a much leaner organization as we go forward.
Finally, Mr. Collymore, what is the outlook for Kenya's mobile telecommunication industry?
It depends. It depends very much on if the government continues to create a viable environment for us to grow. If it does, then there's no reason why we shouldn't continue to keep this pace up. If it doesn't, for whatever reason, and I do have some very serious concerns, then it will wither and die. My gut feeling is that the government has always done the right thing, and I think they will continue to do the right thing for this industry, and we will continue to see double-figure growth as we move forward.